Hey everybody, it's Mike DiLisio, and today I'm going to be reviewing Vivo, a small box trick-taking game about puppies singing in a choir. That's right, solos, duets, trios, quartets, all kinds of singing puppies. Let's head over to the table, show you how it works, and we'll come back here and I'll let you know what I think. Vivo is a card game made up of 4 different suits numbered from 1 to 12. Vivo is a 3 or 4 player game. In a 4-player game, you include all of the cards and deal out the entire deck, which is 12 cards per player. In a 3-player game, you're going to remove 1 entire suit, and you're also going to remove the quartet cards out of this song deck. So I'll go ahead and shuffle that up. What you're going to do at the beginning of the game is you'll randomly choose a first player, let's say it's here, and you're going to determine what song type you're going to be playing for this round and for the next round. So what this is telling us is that in this first round we're going to be playing a duet, and the next round we're playing a trio. What does that mean? Well, we're going to come and we can look at our player aid, and that'll kind of give us a little bit of a clue. So for the duet, cards have to be played so that there are 2 different colors that are in the field, and so I'm going to show you how that works in a moment. Next round, trio, cards have to be played so that the field has 3 colors. We set this up as a 4-player game, so the quartet, cards that played have to be 4 colors, so essentially that is a must-not-follow trick-taking game. And in the solo, cards have to be played so that the field is 1 color. That is a must-follow trick-taking game. So let's say what that means. So let's say this is the first player here. They're going to be able to play any card that they want out of their deck. All right? So let's say they've got a couple of 12s there. Maybe they want to come out really strong. Maybe they also want to kind of short suit themselves. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that suit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that suit too. So maybe they'll go ahead and play out this yellow 12. All right, so with this being a duet, the next player has an option. They can either follow that color with yellow, or they can play any other color that they want. Well, maybe they want to short suit themselves. They only have 1 yellow card in their entire hand. So let's say that they follow with this yellow 9. Now, the third player here, if they have anything other than a yellow, they must play it because, oh, actually, no, they don't. It's only a duet. So they can play a yellow or any other color they want. So here the situation is, if they go ahead and play a yellow, they're forcing the last player to play something that is not yellow, all right? And so maybe they want to do that. Maybe they want to put the pressure on the 4th player, although it's only the first hand in the trick. They go ahead and play this yellow. Now, this player cannot play yellow if they have anything other than yellow in their hand, all right? And so let's say that they instead play a blue 1. Okay, and so this is how this first trick plays out, and then we're going to evaluate who wins the trick. One of the aspects of Vivo that is unique to many other trick-taking games is that there are actually 2 winners in a particular trick, usually. It's going to be whoever played the highest card and whoever played the lowest card. And so in this case, clearly, this player is going to win the trick with the highest card. What they'll do at that point is they'll take this card and they will place it face down in their scoring area. Each face down card in a scoring area at the end of the round is going to be worth 2 points. So this is a 2-point card for this player. Now, the lowest number is tied between these 2 players, and whenever there are numbers of the same value, whoever played it later into the trick is going to win that trick. And so in this case, they're going to take this card and they're going to put it face up in their play area. It's going to be worth whatever the value of that card is at the end of the round. So in this case, this is a 1-point card. This is a 2-point card. These 2 players did not get any scoring in that round. And so then what you do is you would move this card down. We know trio is this round, and next round we play a duet. The first player in the next round is going to be whoever won the trick with the lowest value, and so that would be this player. So in a trio, they can play any card they want since they're starting. Let's say that they're hoping to win with a slightly bigger number, so they play out this 3 pink. Okay, this player has the option to either play pink or any other color. I just dropped one, but pretend I didn't. They don't have pink, so they're not going to do that. Maybe instead what they're going to do is play out the 11. Okay, they play out the 11. Now, 3 colors have to be in this trick. So this player has the option to play pink or blue or a different color. All right, and maybe they go ahead and they play a green. All right, so they play this green 7. Now this player has to play one of these colors because there are already 3 in the trick. And so maybe they say, all right, well, I can win this with a 2 to get the lowest value, and I still get 2 points. So there you go. That would work like that. There are 3 colors in the trick, so that all worked. And then this player would get it face down. It's another 2 points for them. This player would get it face up. That's 2 points for them. Nothing for these 2. Okay, let me just briefly give you an example of how a solo and a quartet would work. Let's say this is the starting player and it's solo. They're basically setting what the suit is going to be for this round, all right? And so let's say that they go ahead and they start with pink. Now, that means that every other player in this trick has to play pink if they have it, all right? So I think I missed one there. They do have a couple of pinks. Maybe they're going to come in higher and they'll play that pink 12. This player has pink. They're wondering, you know, I can win with a 1 almost for sure, but maybe I try to go a little bit more daring and I go with a 6. They're hoping to win with a low value of 6, which would be worth 6 points. That'd be huge if they can do it. Come to this player. They have to play pink. What do you know? They don't have pink, and so they are quote-unquote disqualified, means they can't play a card that works. And so what they do is they still have to play a card, but it's going to be a card that's not going to be evaluated in this trick. Now, there are 2 different ways to do it. You can play it so that the kind of standard version is to play any card, and you just play it kind of at an angle to show that it is not, you know, available or not available to win. Or in the advanced version, you play it face down and you shine a spotlight on the other puppies. Why is this a little more advanced? Well, because the other players don't know which card got removed from the game. So it kind of works towards card counting. All right. So in this situation, the winner of this trick is going to be, one winner of this trick is going to be this one. They'd play it face down. This player actually got a nice coup there. Their risk paid off, and now they're the lowest card in the trick, and that's going to be worth 6 points for them. This card is not evaluated, and this card is not evaluated. All right, so that's the solo. In the quartet, this is what's known as a must not follow game. So let's say they're going to lead out, and they're thinking, all right, let's go with a 3 of yellow. So they play their 3. Now, the other players, this player can play anything that's not yellow. Maybe they play this green. This player cannot play green or yellow. Luckily, they've got the other 2 colors. So maybe they'll play a blue. Now, this player has to play pink if they have it. Do they have it? They do have it, and doesn't really matter. They're not going to be evaluated in this trick. There you go. In this case, this player wins face down. This player wins face up. These 2 are out. All right, so that gives you an idea on how all 4 of the different song cards work. So that's the way the game's going to work. You're going to play out all of your cards for 1 round. You're going to total up the scoring for that round, and then you're going to do it 1 more time, and whichever player has the most cards at the end of 2 full rounds is going to be the winner of Vivo. Let's head back up, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, so there you have Vivo. And in the kind of the continuum of complexity in modern trick-taking games, I think this one's a little bit more on the approachable end of the spectrum. It does have a couple of little things that are quirks that if you are newer to trick-taking might be a little bit confusing, but for the most part, if you've played trick-taking games, I think that Vivo is going to be one that's pretty easy to wrap your mind around. But that doesn't mean that those hooks aren't consequential and interesting, because in my opinion they are. To me, there's two kind of big things that differentiate Vivo from a lot of trick-taking games. Number one is the idea that you're going to have two winners, potentially, mostly, two winners per trick. You're going to be having the person who played the highest card into the trick and the person who played the lowest card into the trick. And I really like the way that works, because if you play the highest card and you win the trick, you're getting 2 points. Just a standard flat 2 points. However, if you have the lowest card into the trick, you're going to get whatever the value of that card is. And so it's incredibly satisfying to win as the lowest value, and it be something like a 5, 6, or a 7. That's an incredible feeling. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it is a really satisfying feeling. You feel like you've kind of threaded a needle and were able to pull off this big move. And so I really like that element of the game. The other kind of big hook, the twist to the game, is the idea of these song cards. And so depending upon which song card you are performing that round, you're going to have a different experience. Is it going to be a solo, which is essentially a pretty standard must-follow trick-taking game? Are you going to be playing a duet where, depending upon your seat order, it's going to be must-follow or must-not-follow? Are you playing a trio or a quartet, which, depending on player count, might be a strictly must-not-follow game? And so I do really like that. And I also like the fact that you have some advanced information. I think it would be way too chaotic if you were just flipping over the top card of the deck and having to deal with that. You know what's going to be in this round and in the following round, and so you're always having a little bit more information to kind of prepare, not only for this current round, but for a following round. And I think that that's important. It gives you a little bit more of a sense of agency in the game. And so the mechanics of the game I really, really enjoy. The art and the theme I adore, okay? So a trick-taking game oftentimes may not have a theme at all, but if you're gonna have a theme, then Puppy Choir, I'm down with 100%. And then you add in the beautiful, just adorable art on the cards, and that's a huge plus for me. So like the art, I like the productions, a nice little package. I really like the mechanical hooks to the game, the two trick winners, and the variable kind of way you play the game. And so Vivo is a game that I'm giving an 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it. It's a really, really nice combination of not too hard to understand, but still having some really interesting quirks and hooks, which, you know, it's kind of like what you're looking for in modern trick-taking games. What's going to differentiate this from the hundreds of other trick-taking games out there? And Vivo does a nice job of that. And as a bonus, it also plays in a really snappy game length. You're only playing 2 rounds, and so that feels just right to me. So there you have it. That is Vivo, 8 out of 10, a recommend. And I'm Mike DiLisio. I'll see you on the next one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.